In the village of Otukpa, there lived Ochanya, a stunning young woman with a heart of gold. A radiant smile could light up the darkest corners of the village. Ochanya lived with her stepmother, Ochefije, who made her life unbearable, as she was constantly reminded that she was an unwanted presence in their household. Ochanya's stepsisters, Oyiwodu and Iyowoche, were clones of their mother's malice. They delighted in making Ochanya's life miserable, mocking her every move, depriving her of basic necessities. The household was filled with malice and hardship as Ochefije and her daughters constantly starved and overworked Ochanya. From dusk till dawn, Ochanya toiled, fetching water from the stream, cooking meals, and tending to the family's farm. Despite her hardships, Ochanya's spirit remained unbroken. She found solace in her passion, dancing. Under the lights of the full moon, Ochanya would sneak away to the village square, her feet moving in rhythmic harmony with the crickets and rustling leaves. As she danced, Ochanya's worries dissolved, and her spirit soared. Her graceful steps and rhythmic movements brought her immense joy, and she often lost herself in the beauty of her own creations. Ochanya's dance was a fusion of traditional Idoma steps and her own innovative flair. She would weave tales of love, hope, and resilience through her movements, entrancing all those who watched her. As Ochanya danced, she felt an overwhelming sense of freedom. Her stepsister's mocking voices, her stepmother's scornful gaze, and the endless chores faded into the background. She became one with the music. One day, there was an announcement in the village. The king, Adole, was hosting a grand contest. The winner shall become his royal wife. Ochefije's eyes sparkled with excitement as she grasped the significance. "This is our chance," she exclaimed to her daughters, Oyiwodu and Iyowoche. "One of you will marry the king." Despite their lack of dancing skills, Ochefije and her daughters were convinced they could win. After all, they believed beauty and nobility were the only requirements. But there was one obstacle: Ochanya. Determined to prevent Ochanya from participating, Ochefije burdened her with extra chores. "Ochanya, fetch more firewood. Ochanya, cook for the entire village. Ochanya, clean the compound from dawn till dusk." Ochefije's plan was simple: exhaust Ochanya, break her spirits, and ensure she couldn't possibly participate in the contest. However, Ochanya remained unshaken. She toiled tirelessly, fueled by her passion for dance and her self-determination to prove herself. As the contest dates drew near, Ochefije's anxieties grew. She couldn't risk Ochanya's talent overshadowing her own daughters. Ochefije devised a new plan. "Ochanya, you will fetch water from the fattest stream tonight," Ochefije ordered, her voice dripping with malice. "And don't think about resting. You will be up at dawn to start cooking." Ochanya nodded silently, her eyes flashing with defiance. She felt sad, but her spirit was unbroken. The sun rose over Otukpa, casting a glow over the village. The air vibrated with excitement as the villagers prepared for the grand celebration. Meanwhile, Ochanya trudged to the stream, her clay pot balanced on her head. Ochefije's parting words still echoed in her mind. "Don't think about returning until you have fetched enough water for the entire household." As she walked, the rustling leaves and chirping birds seemed to whisper encouragement. Ochanya's feet ached to move freely, to dance away the weight of her hardship. Upon reaching the stream, Ochanya set down her pot and gazed into the glistening waters. The reflection staring back was a stranger, tired, worn, yet resilient. With a deep breath, Ochanya let her feet move freely. Her toes tapped the earth bank, and her hips swayed to the rhythm of the stream. The wind, the trees, and water harmonized in perfect melody. Ochanya's dance became one with the environment, her movements fluid, her spirit soaring. For a fleeting moment, she forgot about Ochefiji's cruelty, her stepsister's mockery, and the impending contest. Unknown to Ochanya, a figure watched from a distance. King Adole himself. He had wandered away from the festival, seeking solace in nature. Entranced by Ochanya's dance, the king forgot about his royal duties, his worries, and his search for a wife. As he approached, Ochanya's beauty and elegance left him breathless. Her dance was a symphony of movements, weaving a spell that captivated his heart. Who is this maiden? He wondered. He saw only the beautiful, talented young woman, lost in the rhythm of nature. As Ochanya danced, the king's heart beat in harmony with hers. He knew in that instant he had found his queen. As Ochanya finished her dance, King Adole approached her, his footstep quiet like the earthy bank. Ochanya, sensing his presence, turned to face him. Their eyes met and time stood still. "You are the one," King Adole declared, his voice filled with conviction. "Your dance has captured my heart, and you shall be my wife." Ochanya's world spun. She had never imagined that her passion would lead her to the throne. "Me?" she stammered, her voice barely audible. "But I am just a village girl." King Adole smiled. "You are so much more than that. You are a queen, born to rule with kindness and beauty." Ochanya's life transformed in an instant. She became the beloved queen of Otukpa, cherished by King Adole and the villagers. The village erupted in joy as King Adole announced his choice. Ochefiji and her daughters watched in stunned silence, regretting all they had done to Ochanya. As she sat beside King Adole, Ochanya felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude. Her dance had brought her more than fame and fortune. It had brought her love and acceptance.